Welcome to your It Girl Guide for healing, self-love, and self-confidence. In this episode, I am going to be revealing all of the self-love tips, all of the tips for healing so you can completely rebrand yourself, your life, and emerge into the new best version of you. We're going to be talking about negative self-talk and how to finally axe that for good, projecting your insecurities onto other people, the power of your perception and how that will influence the way everyone else around you sees you. We're going to be talking about the secret to sexiness and the ultimate It Girl Guide to true, radical self-love. And of course, manifestation tips. Well, welcome back to the Get Up and Glow podcast. I'm your host, Madison Haynes, your glow up self-improvement fairy godmother. And girly, sit down, grab your snack, get ready. We are diving in deep today. And you already know I'm not about the regular, smegular type of podcast content, okay? I'm going to give you actionable tips so you can apply that to your own life, become the best version of you in the fastest time possible. But we're also going to make this entertaining, fun, and girly. So I'm going to be integrating tips from the amazing movie called I Feel Pretty. This movie has been around for a really long time. Amy Schumer is the star of it. And if you are a self-love girly girl, get onto this. But regardless of if you've watched the movie or not, you're still going to enjoy this content, okay? It's still going to give you value so you can learn how to become the best version of you. Okay, girl, let's get right into it. Let's talk about negative self-talk and the self-fulfilling prophecy. So what the heck really is negative self-talk? Do you understand it? Okay, high level girl, your negative self-talk is essentially your inner dialogue, the little devil on your shoulder whispering into your ear that you are not good enough. This undermines your self-esteem, undermines your confidence, ruins your life. This is what makes you hold yourself back from the life that you deep down really want, but you are telling yourself that you don't deserve it. You're telling yourself that you can't do it, even though you abso-freaking-lutely can. But here's the thing. Your words, how you talk to yourself in front of others, and even just when you are alone, become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you go around telling people that you wish you could do this, but it probably will never happen, or you tell yourself that there's no point in trying to achieve that goal because you know you can't do it, girl, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You are setting yourself up for failure right then and there. But girl, why are you doing that to yourself? But who cares if you fail? Failure is not embarrassing. Failure is just a side effect of success. Because in order to succeed, you need to fail. You fail again, fail some more, fail, and then finally you succeed. You think success is linear? Hell freaking no. All those people that you're pinning on your Pinterest boards, all those people that you wish you could become, girl, there are so many hardships, adversities, and failures that you do not get to see. Bella freaking Hadid herself was turned down by Victoria's Secret when trying to become a Victoria's Secret angel the first time around. How you view yourself is everything. If you tell yourself you're ugly, if you tell yourself that all men suck, you'll never find a good boyfriend, you'll never get that job, you're never going to be good enough. Why would people want to be my friends? I have no friends. Girl, look around you. It's time for a reality check. The energy that you put out into the world manifests itself. So if you say, I'm so broke all of the time, that's a negative money mindset. You're not attracting abundance into your life. Instead of saying, oh, I can't afford that, say, well, I can't afford that yet. You are your thoughts. So watch how you talk about yourself. Talk about yourself as if you were talking about your best friend. If your best friend came to you and said, I'm so ugly, I feel so fat, what would you say to her? And it's okay. It's natural as women to have these thoughts, okay? I'm not saying never think bad about yourself, never feel bad about yourself. Obviously, we're going to have our moments as women, but have those feelings, but then teach your brain to recognize them and say, no, I'm not worthy of this. I am worthy of love. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to treat myself, heal my inner child, and take care of me. Because why would you want to talk badly about yourself? Just view yourself as someone that you need to take care of. If we go back to the movie I Feel Pretty, we see at the beginning that Renee struggles significantly with self-love. She has confidence issues. She's constantly down on herself, constantly thinks that she can't get a guy because she's ugly. She sticks to a job that she hates that's in a basement because she thinks she's not good enough to have that job in the nice building, in the nice office. She hesitates to go out and get promotions. She hesitates to go on dates. She just hesitates to put herself out there. And as a result, she lives a life that is not aligned with who she really wants to be. So if you suffer from confidence issues or just in the moments when you feel down on yourself, here are some hot girl action steps to help you step into your it girl level confidence. Identify your negative thoughts. Keep a journal and track everything. Teach your brain to recognize when you're talking bad about yourself, whether that be in front of somebody else or just into your own head, and stop yourself. Treat yourself like your own best friend. I want you to challenge these thoughts and ask yourself, is that really true? Are those thoughts based on facts or assumptions? Does everybody really hate you, or are you just projecting your own insecurities onto everybody else and assuming that they're thinking about you when in reality they probably are just thinking about what they're going to wear the next day, or they're just insecure about how they're being perceived themselves? And replace your negative self-talk with positive affirmations. So when you catch yourself talking badly, complaining in general, I want you to follow that up with 2 positive things that you love about you. So the moments you wake up and you think, oh my God, I have a giant pimple. I'm so ugly. I want you to catch yourself and say, okay, I have a breakout, but you know what? So do many other people. My hair looks great, and I'm going to put on a cute outfit today because I have amazing style. Why choose to live in negativity? Why choose to feel down on yourself? You hold the power to having a good day. And it doesn't matter what time it is. It could be 8 p.m. and you could still salvage your day. You hold the key to your own thoughts. You are in the driver's seat of your own life. It's time to grab the wheel, girl, and hit the gas. Okay, let's get into chapter 2, projecting insecurities and why that is ruining your entire life. Do you ever just walk into a room and feel like everybody is staring at your flaws? That everyone knows that you're insecure about and they just are instantly judging you? That is just the devil in your head talking, girl. Save yourself. Here's how. Projecting your insecurities onto other people essentially means that you think everyone else around you can see your insecurities and they're thinking the same thing. And going back to the movie I Feel Pretty, you see the character Renee at the very beginning do this all of the time. She thinks that everyone sees her as unattractive and that is why she's not getting the job. That is why she's not getting any matches. She even projects her own insecurities of how she feels about herself onto her friends. So for instance, there's a scene where they're all trying to do this group dating app and they're all having fun, they're just being their true authentic selves. The other 2 girls are super confident, super happy with who they are, but Renee tries to force them to change to fit a mold or some beauty standard that she thinks will improve their chances of getting matches. Because she herself doesn't feel good enough, so she has to project that onto the rest of the group, thus making the group feel bad about themselves. Often insecurities in an individual gets projected to friendships, onto relationships, and that has a really long-lasting impact if you don't catch that quick. Not only would you be trauma dumping on your friends all the time, robbing them of their joy, but in a lot of cases, sometimes you might be projecting your insecurities onto your friends, or your friend is insecure about themselves and projecting your insecurities onto you, i.e. saying that you can't hang around with their boyfriend, i.e. saying that you are in competition with them all the time. And as you see in the movie I Feel Pretty, Renee's insecurity really damages her friendships. Stop assuming everyone's talking about you. Stop assuming people even care what you wear or what you look like, because I can guarantee you they don't. The people, the friends, the relationship that is meant for you aren't going to care about that. They're going to find you beautiful because they love you. They're attracted to your energy and, yes, sure, your appearance. But here's the thing. Whomever you're trying to enter a relationship with, everybody in this world has their own taste, okay? Everyone has their own beauty standard or whatever they're attracted to. So instead of trying to change yourself, find the person who you don't have to change for. You will have happiness, true happiness in that relationship, than having to completely change yourself for a guy who doesn't even love you for you. And if you struggle with this, here are some hot girl action steps to help you get a grip, regain confidence, and stop being so insecure all the time. First up, acknowledge your insecurities, okay? It's time to become self-aware. If you're insecure about your weight, you're insecure about your acne, you're insecure about your job, your finances, whatever, recognize that, because you probably are making judgments, assumptions, and talking negatively about other people because you're trying to validate whatever you're insecure about. But the second you're aware of your insecurities, as you catch yourself doing these things, projecting your insecurities onto different situations, you can bring awareness to that to say, oh, you know what? Like, I'm talking badly about this person, not because their life has anything to do with me, but because deep down, like, I'm insecure about that. And instead of talking badly about other people, you can now go and work on yourself and say, okay, I'm insecure about this. How can I rebuild it? How can you fix it? You either have to stop and say, okay, this is something I can't change. Like, for instance, if you have really bad hormonal acne, you might have to wait it out. So what are other areas of your life that you could focus on to improve your confidence? Or if it's an area like your job and that you're really unhappy with, something that you actually can change, what are the action steps that you could go ahead and start doing right now to make yourself have the confidence to be able to A, get up, realize that a change needs to be made in your life, and take action now to move yourself in a better direction. When you feel negative, when you're judging other people, there's always a deeper meaning behind that. So stop, slow down, self-reflect, and find out how you can improve you. and communicate openly. Fun fact, psychology today says that a lot of our insecurities actually stem from things that we were lacking in our childhood, which goes back to the importance of healing your inner child. Go back and do the things that you wish you could do or could have done when you were a child, but you didn't have the confidence, maybe you didn't have the resources available to you to be able to do that. Go and join a softball team, go and join a dance class, go out, go for a walk, find a park and just sit on the swing set and just enjoy it. There's tons of ways you can heal your inner child. This episode is not about that, but if you would like to request one, let me know. Okay, girl, let's get into chapter number 3, the power of perception. Do you ever wonder, can changing how you see yourself affect your life? The answer is absolutely. A positive self-perception will have a significant impact on your mental health, because instead of wasting your time laying in bed, crying, feeling down on yourself, sitting in the corner because you're too scared to go out and make friends, do the things you really want to do, to go to the events you really want to go to out of fear. When you work on yourself, when you love yourself and you say, you know what, I can't control how people see me. And even if I try and change myself and to fit this mold that I think this person or this group wants me to be, you're never going to be good enough. Because you'll be damned if you do, you'll be damned if you don't. There's always going to be someone that is projecting their own insecurities onto you, making judgments about you, your decisions, your life, how you look, etc. Everyone is so unique as individuals. Everyone has different thoughts, different senses of needs, different ideas of how the world is supposed to be. So you can go and try to drive yourself crazy trying to fit the mold that everyone wants you to be in, but you will never be successful in that. Because at the end of the day, you can never run away from yourself. You know deep down who you are. You know deep down what you actually believe in, what you want to do with your life. So instead of trying to change yourself, learn how to love yourself, to be yourself. And that will change how people see you. For instance, in the movie I Feel Pretty, Amy Schumer's character Renee, all she wants to do is be beautiful. She wants to be beautiful so bad, but she can't because she thinks she's so ugly. But then she goes to a spin class, hits her head, and magically thinks that she's become beautiful. So because she now thinks she's a 10 out of 10, like a Victoria's Secret looking model, she walks around with confidence. She starts wearing cute outfits, bright colors. She allows herself to be seen. She's not afraid to be noticed. She puts herself out there. She starts flirting with guys. She starts approaching people, becoming more approachable because she's open, she's happy. And because of this new demeanor, she ends up applying and getting her dream job, finding an amazing boyfriend, and so much more. But guess what? In reality, nothing's changed. Her character, her appearance physically did not change. She just believed that she was beautiful, showing literally that confidence and your self-perception is everything. It affects how people treat you. If you choose right now to go out and just hold yourself with a little bit more confidence, okay? Stand a little bit taller, okay? Be true to your beliefs and don't apologize for them. Look up, look around you. Don't hide behind your phone screen all the time. Do that and watch your life change. You will attract the people that are meant to be in your life, because you know what? People can tell when someone is sure of themselves. If you ever met someone who just gave this magnetic, radiant energy because they're just relaxed in who they are, they weren't trying to please everybody. It's just a calming energy that is just so beautiful and magnetic. And you can have that too the moment you stop trying to people please your way through life. So if you want to learn how to master the power of self-perception, learn to genuinely have radical self-love in order to become the best version of yourself, here are your hot girl action steps. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize your best self. Who is she? What does she look like? What does she wear? What does she do? What risks does she take? What events does she go to? What sports does she play? Just everything. Who is she? And write all these little notes down. And the next thing I want you to do is go and look at yourself in the mirror, genuinely in the mirror, and repeat positive affirmations about yourself. I am beautiful. I am confident. I am worthy. And then I want you to go back to your list and start writing out action steps on how you can change your life right now to be able to become her, to do everything on your list. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for a better opportunity to come along, for time to tell yourself that you're worthy, for you to feel better about yourself? Girl, when are you ever going to realize that that moment will never come until you give yourself that moment? You make that time, you make that decision right now that, you know what? Life will never change. Life is never going to get better. It's always going to be busy. It's never going to be a good enough time. So it's time that you make time to be able to deliver on your goals, to be able to give yourself the life that you wanted right now. And if not for you, do it for your younger self. The younger you that had so many dreams for yourself, the visions for who you'd become. Don't let life get in the way of that person that you could be. You hold the key to your own happiness. And I don't care how old you are, I don't care how much money you have, I don't care what you look like. You can make small changes to improve yourself every single day. And it doesn't even matter if you get to your goal, because truly, girl, the joy is in the journey. In knowing that you are trying your best, you are showing up for yourself every single day. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. And the confidence and sense of self-worth that you'll get knowing that you love yourself enough to show up even when it gets hard, to be able to take care of yourself, to be kind to yourself in moments when, you have to give up on your goals, which is okay because self-improvement is linear and it's always a yo-yo. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, but as long as you come back to yourself, that is always what matters. Okay, let's get into chapter 4, the secret to sexiness. Sexiness is not about the looks. It is all about the attitude. If you don't love yourself, do not get into a relationship. Do yourself a favor. Number 1, if you date when you're not ready, when you don't love yourself, you are not going to attract the best partner. That is setting yourself up for failure, and it's actually putting yourself in a position where you might possibly be attracting someone who can recognize that you have low confidence, low self-esteem, and can exploit that. And you are better than that, girl. Because when you love yourself in a relationship, the love that you have with a partner grows so much deeper. Because here's the thing, and for long-lasting love, you need to be able to also be you, especially if you're dating when you're younger. You need to find someone that you can grow with as individuals in order to grow further and closer together. Because if you don't love yourself and you don't know your worth, how do you even really know what you want? But when you're in a relationship and you do love yourself, that translates into so much more. So you don't feel sexy, you think you can't be like these girls that you see on TikTok, and you just wish that you had that je ne sais quoi, but you just don't. Girl, you don't have to be a size 0 to be sexy. My favorite scene from the movie I Feel Pretty is when Amy Schumer's character gets up on the stage filled with literal, the tiny little skinny models with perfect abs in a bikini contest. And she's coming out, normal gal, okay, with not even a bikini on. She goes on a first date, for that matter, sees this contest, wants to enter, thinks it's going to be so much fun. The guy she's with is talking her out of it, oh girl, I don't know, you don't have to do that. But she's like, hell no, are you kidding me? This isn't going to be fair for the other women. She goes up, ties her shirt up, okay, gets on that stage, and she grabs a hold of the mic and introduces herself with just this intense level of confidence and humor. And then she goes, she dances, she puts on the most amazing show ever, dumps literally buckets of water on herself. The crowd goes wild. Everyone thinks it is so amazing. Everyone starts complimenting the guy on the fact that he is with a killer woman. But she wasn't the most stereotypically beautiful woman in that lineup. And she didn't end up winning the contest, spoiler alert, but it didn't matter. She came back, she had fun, and she was by far the best performance of the night. But why? Self-love, confidence. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you go up and you put yourself out there and you allow yourself to dance as if you were a freaking Victoria's Secret model, that will translate as you being hot. So dance, wear what you want. You don't have to wait until you lose 10 pounds worth of crop top. And let's say you even hear somebody talking bad about you. Oh my gosh, you shouldn't be wearing that. Oh my gosh, she's so ugly. F everybody else. People's opinions don't matter. I'll never forget the day. It was Valentine's Day and it was in grade 10, and I walked up to the teacher to get an assignment, and I overheard 2 boys calling me Muffin Top Madison. I was a teenager and I was no more than 135 pounds. But you know what? I didn't let that get me down. I healed. I worked on self-love. I started learning how to validate myself. And I got to the point where I can now put myself on the internet for people to just hate on me all they want, to send my videos to each other and talk bad, and I do not give an F. Because you know what? The people that are out there talking bad about people, saying comments like that, sending people stuff to each other and gossiping, they have no life. I don't know about you girls, but do you have the time to be talking crap about people all day? Because I sure don't. Because I have a job, I have a side hustle, I work out, I have friends, I have a thriving relationship. I have so much going for me. So I don't have the time to sit and gossip about every little thing everyone else is doing. I'm not watching other people, I'm watching my freaking self. And you know what? Going back to years ago when those guys said that about me, I have no idea what they're doing, nor do I care. But I know that I'm doing freaking great. Learn how to back yourself, okay? You are hot. Choose to be hot. Wear what you want. Be who you are. And this is a fact, girl. A study done by psychological science says that things like smiling, body language, and good posture genuinely increase your level of attractiveness. Okay, girl, let's get into chapter 5. Can you teach yourself self-love? Can you really do it? I know you hear all the reasons why you should love yourself, why you should think highly of yourself. But girl, I know that sometimes it can be hard. Even I have the days where I look in the mirror and I think, oh my gosh, I feel fat. Oh my God, my acne is horrible. Oh my gosh, my skin's so dry. Oh my gosh, why can't I look like the other girls on TikTok? But then again, going back, self-love is not the absence of having those negative thoughts. It's about what you choose to tell yourself after you have them. But here's a thing that nobody talks about. Often on our self-improvement journeys, we start glowing up, okay? We start putting in the effort. We start healing ourselves. So then we feel confident. Then we feel like we can take on anything. But in a way, if it's not truly healed and you don't truly believe in you, and it's just a facade that you kind of are putting on, you're faking it until you make it, which is something we all recommend. But here's the thing. Sometimes it can turn toxic. Let's go back and take the example from the movie I Feel Pretty. Renee is grown up, okay? She feels great. She's confident and she is reaping her rewards. But then things start to go south for her. Because she's so confident and thinks she's so great and is so beautiful, she starts developing an ego. And just like at the beginning of the movie, when she would project her insecurities onto her friend, she started going and comparing herself to her friends in the opposite way, where it's like, this is what you need to do to be cool. This is what you need to do to fit in. She becomes arrogant and she goes and almost cheats on her amazing boyfriend while she's on a business trip. Overconfidence can lead to arrogance, and that is not attractive. There's a difference between loving who you are and being your true authentic self and just thinking that you're better than everybody else. You are not better than anyone and nobody is better than you, okay? On this side of the internet, we teach ourselves to not put people on a pedestal, and you are not on the pedestal either. I know it's easy to forget that we are the main character of our own lives, but not everyone else's. But we need to humble ourselves. It can be easy to just want to talk about yourself all the time, talk about your problems, but slow down and remember that everyone else is living their own life too. And if you really want to be loved, if you really want to be a good friend and have people like you, you need to learn how to listen. You need to learn how to care for other people too. It's truly a balance. And in the movie, Renee comes to this realization when she is about to cheat on her amazing boyfriend, and she's like, what am I doing? And she realizes then it's not all about looks and beauty. And she realizes that she has become arrogant, not confident, and then she has to change her life. So if you want to learn how to build confidence, not ego, here are your hot girl action steps. Practice balanced self-love. Love yourself, but don't neglect empathy. If you're doing really well and you want to share an accomplishment, but your friend is having a really rough time, girl, it might be time to take your accomplishments and put them on the backseat just for this one outing so you can let her be able to sit in the driver's seat and articulate whatever's going on in her life so you can provide her the support that she needs. Instead of boasting about how amazing your life is and the brand new purchase that you just bought and everything like that, yes, you can enjoy it. Yes, you can talk about it, but make sure that you are talking not more than the other person that you're in a conversation with. It should be equal. The biggest thing that I find people don't have the capability of, and I feel like it holds so many people back in life and makes people sad, is not having true, deep empathy skills. For instance, you could be in a job and you could think, oh my goodness, everybody else is doing things wrong. Everybody else is making my life harder. Everybody else is doing this and this is stupid and blah, 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 blah. But if you take a step back and say, okay, for instance, let's say you work with a manager and you think that your manager is mean because they're telling you that you did something wrong, or maybe they don't go and give you the most amazing greeting. They just want to go into the meeting, get right to the point and exit. And you perceive that as, oh my God, this person hates me. Oh my God, I'm not doing well. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. They're mean. But take a step back and put yourself into their shoes. You feel like you're busy right now. This person is your manager, meaning they have even more responsibilities and duties than you in many cases. So they might not be rude or mean. They might just have 101 things on their to-do list. They're stressed. They have a family at home they need to feed. They have things they want to do. Maybe they didn't sleep at night. They were just trying to get into the meeting and get out of it, articulate what they needed done, and then move on with the rest of their day. If you teach yourself to learn to view different situations from the other person's viewpoint, you will become happier, you will strengthen your relationship, and everybody will love you. Do this with everyone, with friends, with family members, in relationships. Every single time you run into a little conflict, every single time you feel some type of way about a situation, stop, pause, put yourself in their shoes genuinely and try to understand it from their perspective. That will give you so much clarity, and I can guarantee you will also give you so much peace. It is almost never about you. Even if they are being mean to you, it's not about you. And obviously don't stay in toxic situations. But this is just a really great practice in order to just, again, bring that level of self-awareness into your life, thus bringing more happiness into it as well. Okay, girly, are you ready for chapter 6, the It Girl's Guide to Radical Self-Love? self-love. Radical self-love is knowing that you have imperfections, knowing that you have insecurities, but choosing to love yourself anyways. And deciding that no matter what, you are never going to be good enough for everybody. So you're going to stop trying and you're just going to be who you are and learn to F what everyone else thinks. So where do you start with this? Start with self-acceptance, everything that we've already chatted about today, and learn to nurture yourself. There's this beautiful ending to the movie I Feel Pretty. This is your sign to go back and rewatch it, where Renee thinks she's lost the magic, where she thinks she is now back to her ugly old self. But she made all this progress in her career and she's supposed to give this big presentation in front of a room filled with people. So she goes, gets up, grabs the mic, and then puts up 2 photos to show the comparison of how she used to look when she was gorgeous with the magic versus how she looks now without it, ugly and just stereotypical average. But when she turns around and sees both photos, she realizes in that moment, spoiler alert, that nothing changed. The magic was always within her. And she realizes that true beauty genuinely comes from the self-love that is within you, not from external validation, not from any physical form of beauty. And the true transformation was her ability to recognize her own self-worth, to build up her confidence to the point where she could take the risks. She did whatever she wanted to do, said what she wanted to say, and as a result, lived her true authentic life that made her happy, made her feel beautiful. Essentially, the movie's premise is that self-love is an inside job, and true beauty comes from within. And it's all about confidence and the way you choose to perceive yourself. What story are you telling yourself? And how can you change that narrative right now to better serve you in this moment? Become self-aware. Watch how you talk to yourself. Recognize when you're talking badly about yourself and do something to change it. Establish self-care routines. It is okay to want to glow up externally. I have an entire podcast dedicated to it. So do what you can to feel good. Nurture yourself. Take baths, do your hair care routine, do your It Girl Glow routine, but make sure you're doing that for you. Set healthy boundaries for yourself. Learn to say no. Learn to stand up for yourself and for what you believe in. Learn that when people are talking bad about you, just to ignore it because it has nothing to do with you. So why waste your time and energy on it? Practice gratitude. Girl, did you wake up today? That is a blessing. There's somebody today that got a call that someone they love died. There's someone today that will die. There's someone today receiving bad news from a doctor who can never see again or can never walk again. And if you're not experiencing something on that level, consider yourself lucky. Yes, it's okay. We all have bad days, and we're not going to just credit one bad day versus another, but just have that level of self-awareness that we are so lucky to be in this moment right now. You have the gift that is time. You have the gift that is the ability to choose. You have so many benefits that you're not recognizing every single day. Because if you can walk, if you can talk, if you can see, if you can hear, you have everything you need to be able to create your dream life. So the only question left is, what are you going to do about it?